All right, next up, we've got South Florida. What a win for Alex Golish and the South Florida Bulls last week, taking down Florida as 18-point road underdogs. And now they'll look to be another Dragon Slayer this week against Miami and Carson Beck and Mario Cristobal. We've got Miami 17-point home favorites, 54.5 the total in this game. Now, obviously, having a win like that against, a big-time Power 4 team and having to ramp it back up again the very next week and try to do it again is not easy. It's obviously not easy. But I'm still, even after how well they played against Notre Dame, and they did that first game, Carson Beck looked good. You cannot take anything away from him. That offense looked good. He looked comfortable throwing the football. I was concerned about the receiving core, all the losses there, and they were still able to find other players stepping up in the receiving game against Notre Dame. Like I said, he was efficient, no mistakes, no turnovers. Malachi Toney might be that next great Xavier Restrepo type receiver for this Miami Hurricanes team. What a catch he made in that. One of the best catches all year he made in that Notre Dame game. No question. And they get the big win. But yet they almost let Notre Dame back in it and blew it. Almost at the end. And hung on, obviously, for dear life against Notre Dame. But it still was a good win. They were the better team. Deserved to win that one against Notre Dame, 27-24. Obviously, they pounded a weakling last week, Bethune-Cookman, 45-3. The only question is, you played Boise, you played Florida, back-to-back wins outright as dogs. Do you have it in you for a third straight week to ramp it up, get that emotion and intensity level cranked back up to a level that will allow you to compete here for 4 quarters against Miami? If you can guarantee me that can happen, I'd absolutely take South Florida. I do lean South Florida. I'm not laying 17 yet with Mario Cristobal. I'm not doing that. Not to mention, I still remember last year at home favorites against Virginia Tech. They were laying a big number, and they should have lost the game. They nearly did, and they had to hang on at the end. So I don't trust Miami. I do worry about a hangover. I worry about a letdown. I worry about, ripping it back up again for a second straight week against a big-time opponent for South Florida. They have it in their gas tank to do that. But if they can, and I like what I've seen from their defense so far.
That's what I was just going to bring up. I think that's been
my goodness,
the best thing.
Couldn't stop anybody in the early part of Golish's tenure as coach. But their defense, look, they made Boise look stupid. In the first game, Madsen couldn't do anything. They couldn't run the football. And Florida and Lagway and the run game, everything about Florida's offense, it was difficult. They made life very difficult for Florida last week. And, Beck was great against Notre Dame. Let's see it again. I don't trust Cristobal teams in this price range. I'm still leaning South Florida again, even though, they got to show me that they can, because sometimes, you give it your all. You beat a team like Florida, big upset, big celebration, and then the next week you're flat. You just don't have that same emotional, physical level. You can't bring it back again up to the level you need to. That's my only concern here with taking South Florida. I still lean that way, though. I really do. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from them, especially the improvement on defense. We know they can move the ball when they're on with Byron Brown, but what we've seen from the defense has been what's been most impressive. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. In those games. But I got to say, if they can't get up for this, I mean, I know it's not easy to do, but this is Miami. Shit. I don't know. I think they get up for it. Yeah, the defense, I think, Lagway, I think he was awful. He did have a pick. What do you have? 222 in the game. With South Florida, I've been impressed.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about the job they did on Baugh, the great running back for Florida? And 102 rushing yards is all they had for the game as a team, Florida.
He had to grind it out.
Yes.
I think he had one kind of 16-yard run, but that was about it. So, yeah, here's the thing with Miami. All right, they beat Notre Dame. I don't know how good Notre Dame is, really. I think they have their own issues. They're bringing a new quarterback, not the same defense. But Beck looked good. They made enough plays. I don't trust him. I just don't trust this guy flat out. And maybe he keeps proving it wrong. I just saw him too long at Georgia. The turnovers are going to come. And, I can't take Mario Cristobal at all. This is South Florida. Again, or nothing.
Now I know it was 50-15 last year, Miami over South Florida. They destroyed South Florida last year.
Yes.
I don't know.
They beat them bad the last couple times.
Yeah.
They've
I think
seen
you
it.
almost take that with a grain of salt because this looks like a different South Florida team, especially on the defensive side of the football. And yes, Miami's got Florida on deck. Great point. You know, Miami's got the Florida Gators after this. Yes, that is true.
If the defense plays that well, they will be in the game. And I think they have Brown that keeps them in the game too.
Yep.
Like as long as he's not hurt or some other idiots in the game, I think they could be in it. I think just awful.
Yep.
Yeah, like just bad interception, blah blah blah.
I think the money coming in on Miami is they look really good against Notre Dame, and people don't trust South Florida to bring it again. They're going to be flat. They can't bring it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
High quality opponents 2 weeks in a row. We'll see.
Who doesn't love it when Miami starts out good and everyone fucking loves it?
Yeah. Put it this way, we'll see. I probably will bet something on South Florida pregame. I can damn sure guarantee you that if Miami's leading at halftime, I'm taking South Florida second half, 100%. We saw it like that Notre Dame covered in the second half. I'll take any coach in this sport in the second half, adjustments wise, over Cristobal. It's that simple. So keep an eye on that. I think Miami's second half fade this year. They're already 0-1. With that Notre Dame game.